Hi, my name is Balasubramanian. I'm the producer, writer and director of an award-winning short film called Namma Ooru Joker. Thanks for having me on the show. Idea behind the film. Well, I wanted to do something unique, a film that's experimental in nature. And one of the basic ideas of doing a movie is to show faces of the artist on screen. And I thought, why not do a movie without showing the faces of the artist? And to do such an experimental film, to deal with such an experimental concept, I needed a strong logic to support the concept. What better logic than death that doesn't see any face value when it comes at one? And that's how Namma Ooru Joker was born. And I treated it as a satirical dark comedy between life and death. The message of the movie. Human beings all around the globe, we all keep running after several things in life, ticking every box at every point in time. At the end of our lives, we don't have a place to go, and death just looks at us and makes a joke out of us. Whereas all we need is just 6 feet of space. And once we block that, we can even mock at death and make death a joke. And that's how I treated the movie, as a satirical comedy between life and death. Filmmaking experience. To make an experimental movie, we had to make sure it had to be a technically strong movie. We didn't want to compromise on any of the technical aspects. So we had about 3 to 4 weeks of pre-production and preparation that really helped us during the execution process. I want to highlight a couple of things that we did. Number one, we made sure we had a strong and accurate storyboarding process. So whatever we envisioned on paper, we were able to bring it on screen, and that really helped us during the production process. The second aspect is rehearsals. The entire team, the artists and the technicians, we got together and we had multiple rehearsal sessions. We all wanted to get into the mold of each of our roles and characters, particularly understand the experimental nature of this film and make sure we make the right adjustments according to that. And that's how, that really proved helpful for us in the production process. The actual schedule was only 2 schedules on a single day, thanks to all the planning work that we did. And the post-production was another 3-4 weeks. We wanted to make sure that editing, music, BGM, and sound effects, etc., added to the value of the content. Awards. We've been receiving a lot of awards from international film festivals, both in India and outside India. So we're very humbled about it and we're very happy about it. It's also a great motivation for us to keep going. Particularly, we received awards from countries like Brazil, which goes to show that people who belong to different cultures, people who speak different languages and carry different sensibilities, could also relate to the content and also appreciate the experimental nature of the movie. So that's quite humbling and exciting for us. Recognition is always important, and it definitely motivates us to carry versatility in the type of movies that we could bring about. Space for experimental movies. Absolutely 100% sure that there is space for experimental movies. Experimental movies would, my observation is experimental movies would ensure 2 things. Number one, it would bring out technically strong movies, and number 2, it would bring out untold content to our audiences. So right from the days of Around the Garden Scene in 1886 to today's experimental movies, each of these movies have drawn people's curiosity and attention and brought them to the box offices. So experimental movies definitely have a trend to be commercially successful movies as well. convince actors. Everybody in my team, the actors and the technicians, all took up the challenge when I spoke to them about the concept, the experimental concept of the movie. At the same time, they were all a little puzzled as to how would we execute this. How would we make sure that we can engage audiences when we don't show faces on the movie? So it was my duty to make sure that they all felt comfortable, understood their roles, got into that mold, understood the concept of the movie, and there was no looking back beyond that. And that's how everybody took up the challenge in the team. Yes, I am working in IT. I'm very passionate about telecommunications, information technology, and my professional career. At the same time, I'm also very passionate about filmmaking. So I used to write a lot. I still write quite a lot of scripts. And at one point in time, I wanted to make sure I prepare myself for filmmaking. So I completed my course in filmmaking from one of the popular institutes in Chennai. And right after that, I brought Namma Ooru Joker out. Future plans? I want to bring Namma Ooru Joker out in one of the OTT platforms and make it available for audiences to watch soon. And the long-term plan is obviously to make more movies and tell untold content to my audiences.
Hi, I'm Balasubramanian. I have played a small role in my father's movie, Namma Ooru Joker.
How was your experience acting in the movie and then seeing yourself on the big screen, Veda?
It made me feel very happy, like this is my first time being on big screen. I felt very happy because many people came just to see them. I felt like they just came to see me.
Did your father force you to act?
Yeah, a little bit.
Do you have a lot of fans now?
No, nobody wants my autograph.
And how was it to come in the early morning 6 o'clock for the shooting?
Felt very tiring.
Thank you.
About my great-granddad. Coincidentally, this is the 150th year birthday celebrations of my great-grandfather, Kappalottiya Tamilan Vavu Chidambaram Pillai avargal. So I'm particularly delighted to bring out Namma Ooru Joker at this point in time. What would he have thought about today's India? Definitely he would be delighted with the progress and development that we have had. And it's quite a fascinating journey. At the same time, he would probably look for the same kind of patriotism and sensibilities that existed during the times that he lived. Please watch Namma Ooru Joker soon when it's available on OTT platforms right next to you. Thanks for having me on the show. Thank you.